Hello, lovelies. This is Lynn. It is great to be with you today. Today is Sunday, April 27th, 2025, and I'm kind of feeling the need to start something new that I've not done before. And I mentioned this in a video that I recorded last week, and that is I've spent a lot of time on political videos, and what I'm finding is that because I'm triggered probably is the right word, about the political things that are happening and the chaos that Mr. Felon in the White House is creating, that I wanted to spend a little time on self-care readings as well. So I've started a new playlist of self-care videos, and we have another new playlist called True Crime. And those, we've been doing a few readings about unsolved crime, and those will all go into that playlist. And we just recorded one. Jane and I recorded one today. So Jane was with me for two videos today, the upcoming week video and the Velasca axe murder. So anyway, so this is my first real self-care video. I did a self-care in grief and grieving last week, but that was kind of the kickoff to, I guess this isn't my first one, never mind. Second one, let's go with that. It's a video about self-care. Anyway, so this deck is the Future Higher Self Oracle deck. Pull that out just a hair. And I pulled 5 cards from it. The first card is the lesson that needs to be understood in this, in a self-care. And that is you've had the power all along. Now you just need to believe it. As I sign off in every video, you are far more powerful than you realize. Okay. The next card is any past influence, previous influence. And that is, let me get that in the right spot. Move that. Perspective is a matter of where you stand. And so I think it's safe to say that you haven't walked that specific path. You may have empathy for it. You may have sympathy for it, but you don't know it firsthand. And in addition, there is often, so when we talk about self-care, there's so many things that can come up that relate to the need for self-care. It can be repetitive stress. It can be a single traumatic event. It can be a variety of things, obviously. And what really started me on the self-care path was a response from a viewer on another channel who had lost a child recently. And I do not have children from my body. I do have a son who is technically a stepson. And I will never, oh, I can't say that. I do not have the experience of losing a child. I hope never to have that experience. And so when I look at this card of perspective is a matter of where you stand, this one again, what comes to mind to me for this scenario that I'm kind of building up to is that there's the before you and the after you. You were one person before whatever that event was. And then that event occurred, and now you are somebody totally different because of that event. It has altered. Sometimes a traumatic event will alter everything. It will make you a completely different person, at least for a while. It may put you on a new path in terms of finding your soul purpose or one of your soul purposes. There's a lot that goes into this card. It is a very 8 short words. So much, so much weight in that card. And so, okay, let me keep moving. Otherwise, it'll be a 30-minute video, and I'm hoping it's 10. All right, the current um, view for self-care is when you start the path, when you start, the path appears. So take a step in any direction. A moment ago, I talked about perspective in the before you and the after you for a major life event, if that happened. And I know so many of us have dealt with major life events, and a lot of us have chronic stress. And this one for me is taking a step to move forward on a journey that gets you through, that helps you learn to cope with either the chronic stress or the traumatic event or those types of things that you have not necessarily always coped with very well. Sometimes that means a support group, sometimes that means a therapist, sometimes that means your own, meditation or being physically active or starting an organization or joining an organization or, some kind of action that soothes your soul, that perhaps helps you take your mind off the loss or the grief or the stress or the fill in the blank type of thing. Um, but taking that step, taking one small step furthers your soul, moves you forward on your soul contract. And it often leads to things that are unexpected. I think that's sufficient. This next card is steps you can take to fully lean in on the soul purpose. And that is When you bond with someone in spirit, you both become a greater force for good. And boy, doesn't that connect to what I just said here about the path opening up for you. If you find people who have experienced the same as you, that is a really strong connection. You then have not just empathy or sympathy, you have experience, you have knowledge. And what I know from my own life is that I turn to others when I need guidance on something that's new to me. And when I learn it, I reach back and I teach that to somebody else and I give them a lifting hand. And my hope is that everybody watching this video now and into the future will do that type of thing. Um, don't pull the ladder up behind you. Help somebody else. And then finally is some guidance on how to reach your soul potential. This is beautiful. You are a beacon for others to follow. So don't hide the bright light you are. And on that note, that's my reading. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope that you will take a moment to subscribe and watch some other videos in the self-care playlist. I wish you a beautiful day, remainder of your day, and I'm grateful that you're here. Thank you so much. Know that you are made of literal stardust, and probably a bit of magic. And you're far more powerful than you realize, and you're profoundly loved. Have a good day. Bye now.